I just wanted to continue. So first we start with the let me find that video. Maybe I can scroll through it, and so that would be a lot faster than me just repeating stuff.
Yeah, you gotta. I gotta keep talking for a quick second. I gotta do something.
Okay, let's see, guys. The video is called Crow Crown and Ray Bradbury. I'm gonna put it on full screen. Okay.
Now, have any of you guys ever seen one of these bad things for real? We burned almost every physical book in the country. So by the time you guys grow up, there won't be one book left. Burn it.
Your vitals have been off recently.
Did firemen used to put out fires?
That's a classic lie. Have you used your drops today?
I want to know why we burn. We are not born equal. We must be made equal by the fire. And then we can be happy. I got things inside my head that don't make sense. Dreams that I can't explain. Read before the men come back. Do you want to know what's inside these books? Insanity.
They're lying to you.
What aren't you telling me?
You never do anything. You're just like Beatty.
I'm not like Beatty.
We have an important task for you.
If anybody sees me, I'm dead. The danger is real and immediate. We need to get ahead of it. What if I tell these people what you do? Words are a terror, son, I know. Knowledge is a dangerous thing. Drop it!
Hi, people. Today we're about
You still there, Phil?
firemen, Yep.
Okay.
managers, and what did ancient firemen did in those buried windows. How Brandenburg Gates connected to fire boats, and what's up with brandmauers, those firewalls that left from the 19th century. First, we're going to talk about Ray Bradbury in Fahrenheit 451. The novel tells us about some special team, special force firemen that were actually destroying books and all this evidence of ancient knowledge. So, this is probably the reason why we don't know anything else except that edited history that they tell us. So, the top fireman was called Brandmeister, and it's an ancient 19th century word which starts with brand. So let's start with brand. What is actually brand? Brand is the border between the actual product or the thing that you buy or the thing that you use or the thing that you look at and the actual thing. So it's just the border, and you look at this brand and you think about the product and imagine what it's going to be. But actually it's just a name, it's just the cover or the gate between you and the product, right? It's just like the Brandenburg Gate in Berlin. I've told about Berlin plenty much times. It's consists of bear and lin, so it's bear place, bear town. But whatever, it has Brandenburg gates, and they're very famous. Tourists like
Okay.
them and often pictured in front of them. But who knows that Berlin was actually a star fort, and so Brandenburg Gate is the entrance to the star fort. Also, we have this Brandenburg Gate in Kaliningrad or Königsberg, which is now a Russian town and was actually a Prussian town, Eastern Prussia town. But what? So what leads Brandon to 451 is still a good deal, because we have this book and it has 451, and literally brand, it's just a brand malware. Brand malware is a firewall, and the firewall is what we know in our computer. And a brand malware is an ancient walls that constructed between those houses to protect them from fire. They're supposed to be like that, but actually what they are is not what they tell us. Like, for example, this wall is literally older than the house, so probably it can be a wall from the previous house, pre-flood house. So brand malware equals brand equals protection equals fire protection, and leads us to a firewall. And a firewall, as I've said before, is a program that can also protect our computer from different activities that are unwanted and so prohibited or whatever. But who is the one who knows what's prohibited? Who is the one who knows what's unwanted? It's brandmeisters were the heads of the fireman crew, and they're supposed to be like the bosses and stuff like this. And we have a brandmeister also in the 451, and it's it's the picture of the crew in 19th century, and it looks like it very much was very professional. But where they have these heads from, those emblems that they have on their heads, look at this, little bombs with the fire coming out of them. So it's like a bomb or grenade. So it leads us to another kind of troops, which were called grenadier. These are their emblems, and you can see the same thing. So probably dismissed grenadiers became so-called fire crew, and they look pretty much like this. They threw grenades and they started fire, and maybe they were the same as what we see in 451. Just literally the same, you know. Yeah, let's imagine like they really were dismissed, and this whole brigade of grenadiers or whatever started to, work for those who were parasites, or maybe something like a brand. Brand is also a door in the yacht, and it closes it from the water, so water won't be flowing inside. And brand also is a ship which was supposed to be attacking a bigger ship for just burning it and blowing it and stuff like this. So it's not just the brandmeister thing, it's not just the fireman, it's not just the thing, it's just the meaning of this word: brandmeister, brand wall, and brandmauer, firewall, whatever. So those firemen were actually doing exactly the same as what Ray Bradbury says in his novel. They were erasing the evidence of the previous knowledge, previous civilizations, previous science, books, and stuff like this. And also, what we see here is they trying to do something. I thought you want to say something.
There's another movie where they lay a lot of truth out as far as resets, and even the mud is Gangs of New York. And I wonder if if they were trying to lay that truth out because Boss Tweed, and he was doing business with Butcher, Bill the Butcher, Daniel Day-Lewis's character, and he operated the firemen, and there was always beef between the firemen, and they were always first on the scene after a fire, after a catastrophe, so they can.
Yeah, and they're the first and the only ones who admitted to the place during some certain event, right? They're the ones who clear stuff.
Yeah, gravy for sure.
Yeah, and in the book they
Or
ask him,
borscht.
"Aren't we supposed to take down fires?" And he said, "Like,
Yeah, well,
we
they
used
were
to
going
take
in.
down
That's the
fires."
truth. They were going in there to loot it. They're like, everyone knew that it was an opportunity to loot it. So there you go.
And remember last year, all this technology starts the same. Somebody starts fire everywhere, and then crowds runs around and starts looting. Everything is pretty much contained. Where fire burns, everything is looting because nobody goes to that place. Everybody's scared. Like you were talking about scarcity. Scarcity is scared city.
Scarcity. And then you send in, and then back in the day, they'd send in the hoses. I mean, the monitors. I mean, the water cannons, and then wash it all down. Where all the mud come from? The radio patterns, and probably the monitors. I don't know. That's
Well,
I as a general, I would do that.
My explanation to what you've been saying last time and right now bringing it up, I'm thinking about excavation. It's a possible, explanation for everything.
Well, we've talked about that, Philip, about using the slurry and the hoses too. We've shown that. Why wouldn't you just use it?
Yeah, you mean if you have a monitor on the hill nearby, you can you flush it away and all this mud goes to downtown. So
or just a current.
Yeah, or dam. It's a technology. Don't believe in this as a simultaneous event. Nobody said that. It was a period of time.